activities. Pre-class activities is already open. Pre-class activity 1% for market. Market I will start maybe week after next week. You have time until week after next week to do the market. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing, please join the WhatsApp group in case I have some announcement, right? Third thing, how many haven't got your manual? Only you ah? You still need manual, you too. So I buy 2 more, 1 more, 3 more. I already ordered for you. I haven't ordered for them. You confirm you all will come and buy the manual. Where's your manual? Oh, need a new one ah. Okay lah. Maybe you used to put cigarette butt already like that. It cons ah. Wait, like that. Okay. Anyway, that's the 3 announcement. Any question on the announcement? The first one is the most important, the pre-class, because it will have 1%. You all check your e-learn can or not? Because I just added your, right? Check whether you can access e-learn or not. Okay? I added you when? Wednesday.
Wednesday.
During Wednesday. Any question on the previous stuff? Let me just go through a 5-minute summary.
Can I add?
Add what?
Link.
You can add anywhere you like.
Okay.
Right? So let's just go through chapter 2. What have we covered? Chapter 2, basically, we cover very basic stuff. Right? We just cover quantity demanded and demand. Right? Quantity demanded and demand. Right? So quantity demanded is the amount, right? And based on the amount, they only have one price. Right? Quantity demanded, they only have one price, and it is shown as the movement along the curve. Movement along the curve. Like that. This is your demand curve. Right? Movement along the curve. So 1 point will only have one price because it's movement along. 1 point will only have one price. Right? If move to another point, due to the price of the good itself, which is P0 to P1, they only have another point, which is another amount. That's all. They will not have a lot amount. Right? 1P will have 1Q, 1P will have 1Q. This is known as quantity demanded. Makes sense. 1P will only have 1Q. Right? What will affect the Q? QD is only based on price of the good itself. Right? Write down again. It is not price that affect the quantity demanded, right? I stressed many times that it's not price. You cannot write price. It is not price of the good. You cannot write like that when you want to write your answer, right? It must be price of the good itself. Cannot miss any word. Does it make sense to you? When you see the word price of the good itself, you must write quantity demanded. When you talk about quantity demanded, it must be affected by price of the good itself. It's not affected by price. It's not affected by price of the good. It must be price of the good itself. Makes sense? All right. Why I need to stress on this? Price of the good itself. Because only the good price, the only thing, the Tupperware is the Tupperware. Cannot be another brand of the Tupperware that will affect QD. Apple iPhone is Apple iPhone price that will affect the quantity demanded, not Samsung. If you put price of the good, can be other brands. Can be price of Samsung. Price of Samsung will affect another stuff. It will affect demand. Shift, not that. Open and open. Right? Price of Tupperware, like what else? What Tupperware brand? What are Tupperware? What brand is it? No brand. Ambrose. price of bros. Hey, what happened? Okay, no more recording today because online internet is not good. Not my fault.
I went to read my book, so I go back.
You just came, then the entire internet also got corrupted. Right. So cannot see my screen right now. You all go and see your. Okay, cool. Poor network quality. Obviously, it's not my fault. Right, no complaint. Complain to Sunway for it. Right. So price of Tupperware must be price of Tupperware. It cannot be price of bros. Make sense? Price of bros, it will not affect quantity demand. It will only affect demand. Because that one is price of substitute. So you cannot just put price because I don't know which price. Are you talking about price of bros or price of Tupperware? Are you talking about price of Samsung or price of Apple iPhone? Make sense? It must only be the brand itself, the product itself, that will affect the quantity demanded. Okay? That's for QD. For demand, it's not amount, it is like a lot of quantities, plural, right? Have many prices, right? Wow, lucky oh. You still have 8 minutes left. You go to the wrong room. Wrong room. You like never come to college like that. Still will get lost. Announcement, that one is what? That one is Tuesday one. Tuesday announcement now only you saw. Oh, like that lah. Oh. So if I want to find you, how? I have to call your mother again. Remember, I call your mother. Okay. Quantities have many prices, right? Plural means what? Have many prices. Why many prices? Because when this demand curve shift right or left, all the different quantity demanded will shift together. All the different quantity demanded and different prices will shift together. So there are many quantity demanded and many prices. So there are many quantities and many prices. Make sense? This one is demand.
Yeah.
Demand is not affected by the price of the good itself. Please write down. Is not, let me use another color. It is not affected by the price, have to write the entire thing of the good itself. Then what is it affected by? It is affected by price of other goods. Make sense? Just now I said what? Price of Samsung will not affect Apple quantity demanded, but price of Samsung will affect Apple demand. Do I need to repeat? Do I need to repeat one more time? Price of Samsung will not affect Apple quantity demanded, but it will affect Apple demand. You see the words I use? Cannot. One more time. Price of bros will not affect Tupperware quantity demanded, but price of bros will affect Tupperware demand.
Yes.
See the word I use QD and D have to be very, very specific. You cannot just write quantity here, same here. Cannot just write quantity because I don't know what quantity. Cannot just write demand. Demand is from this side. You have to write quantity demanded for the price of the goods. Make sense? Don't write wrongly. Your senior already repeated 80% of the mistakes previously. At least 80% of them always write wrongly. Write wrong means no marks. Because when I see the word quantity demanded, I only link to one thing. I only link to price of the good itself. I don't link to other factors. Other factors are like price of the substitutes. Just like I use one. Apple and Samsung. Tupperware and bros. That one is substitutes. That one is price of other goods. Right? Make sense? This is one of the factors that affect demand. All right, another factor that we talked about in the previous class is income. Income is also on the demand, not on quantitative demand. Income will shift the demand curve left and right. Okay, when I use the word income, income is related to the price of the good itself or not? Yes or no? Is income equals to price of the good itself? Yes or no? Huh? What do you say?
Depend.
No, this
No,
one cannot say depends.
Oh, no, okay.
Cannot hear you, Jiaying. Yes or no? Income is this income word looks at price of the good itself word. Do they have the same meaning? No. So income is on the right side here. Okay. Okay, especially why I stress on this, especially this one, price of the good itself and price of articles, it looks very similar. Must be very careful. They represent different things. Good itself means good itself, right? Okay, mean in Malaysia terms, price of the good itself means what? Only this. The price of this, only this. Cannot be other stuff, right? Price of articles means can be other stuff that will affect the demand. Okay, hopefully this is clear. Although I already mentioned many times. So these are the, just now what I say, price of other goods here. We also have income. Today we're going to talk more, right? Preference, consumer taste, change in population, advertisement, others. Today we're going to cover everything that will affect the right hand side of this diagram. This one I asked you to draw already, right? Demand shift from left or right. Why no arrows? Must put arrows. Right, that one is in the page 42.
Yeah.
Page 42 done. Page 42 done. Done drawing. Right. Put the product name on top. Put the product name on top, whatever product you like. Don't need to follow my example. If you like drugs, put drugs. If you like babies, put babies. Right?
Baby's product.
If like him like to court girlfriends, put girlfriends. Right? Baby is a product, yeah.
Yeah.
I told you before, Malaysia is the top 10 human trafficking, most famous human trafficking country. You don't know?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You can anytime, if you want to make money right now, give birth to a baby, then go and sell the baby, then you make a lot of money, right? Okay, just accidentally overtaken by Cambodia. Not that our sales go down, no. Not that our sales of baby go down. It's just Cambodia sales went up. You know how they overtake us. Wow, congrats Cambodia. Very good. So anyone want to go travel to Cambodia? Contact me. I have an agent. So it's a very profit-making business. I already analyzed the entire business model. Very interesting. Okay. Any question on the quick summary? I don't know whether it's considered quick or not. It's already 9 p.m. 9 a.m. Okay, now we already covered this change in quantity demanded. It's movement along the curve. Movement along, what do I mean by movement along? Movement along means it only move. It don't have other curves. Right? Makes sense. It only move one side down and up. It cannot go left or right. Right? This is like when you go up to Cameron Highlands. Makes sense. Cameron Highlands, one way up, one way down. Most of the time. Right? This one, today we're going to focus on this one. This is what? This is known as the shift in demand. Shift in demand. Shift in demand, you can go left and right. Shift in demand always have more than one curve. Movement along only have one curve. Shift in demand has more than one curve. How many?
More than one.
More than one is how many?
3.
2, 3, 4. Makes sense. But for foundation, we only use 2 normally. 2 curves, right? This is shift. Okay. Before we move to the shift, let's just look at the explanation or whatever you need to write. Another explanation for movement along the curve is contraction and expansion. Contraction means what? Freak, right? It's when the price rise, quantity demanded falls. Some students, they always got this wrong, quantity demanded falls. So they prefer to use contraction of demand. Okay, contraction of demand is when Q1 decrease to Q2. Okay? What's the name of the green color shirt? What's the name of it? Jalen. What's the name of it? Right? 石通啊，石通通，呀，啊，石通啊，通对啊，石通 get ready your stepping ah. Jalen is going to sleep very soon. Okay, get ready ah. Okay, when I say step, say step. Don't need to look at who already. It's you, right? You are the responsible one. Okay, get ready are you? When I say step, you remember to move, no? Don't sit there and let people step, no. It's your fault when you move because you're not awake now, right? Okay. Contraction of demand is movement along for quantity demanded decrease. Increase or decrease? Decrease. Price increase, quantity demanded decrease. This one is movement along. Right? Expansion is for increase in quantity demanded. Expansion of demand. Then you don't need to use the quantity demanded if you are not good with quantity demanded thinking. Right? Use expansion of demand. It means the same thing. Means quantity demanded increases. This is due to price decreases. Price of the good itself decrease. Any question on this? No? Cool. For the shifts, we have two words to represent the shift. Increase is shift right or shift out. Makes sense. If demand increases, two curves. That's I use demand now, not quantity demand now. Demand increases two curves. When there are two curves, it means shift. In here is increase right, shift right or shift out. Two terms, shift right hand side or shift out, outside, outwards. Right? This one is for increase in demand, not quantity demanded. Okay? Take note of the terms. The terms are the thing that I'm going to mark. Right? Whether you use the correct terms or not. Okay, because econs, we know demand means what? Quantity demanded means what? Right? If it's a decrease in demand, notice I don't use decrease in quantity demanded. If there's a decrease in demand, it means shift left or shift in. Shift leftward or shift inwards. Any question on the terms that describe all this stuff? Any questions? No? Cool. Now we'll move to the first one that shift the demand curve. First one is this, price of related goods or other goods. Right? It can be substitutes or complements. So for substitutes, for example, Xbox and PS. You know these two game console?
No.
No, anyone don't know? Anyone don't know? Anyone? All you know, right? What your favorite?
What? What?
Xbox and PS they are what? Substitutes or complements? Which one just now? Just now I share with you. Which title? Substitute or complement? Xbox and PS4. Yes, substitutes. I put here substitute.
Oh yeah. I thought you asked one. So yeah.
What is substitute?
Please.
What are substitutes, ladies and gentlemen? Ahi? Huh?
You don't play one thing, you can play another thing.
I don't play one thing, I can play another thing. Which means
You don't play, if you can't afford,
sounds like playboy like you. Huh?
Someone who has 4 wives said that, so yeah.
Huh? For someone who has 4 wives speaking.
Yeah.
No, I'm not playboy. I'm loyal to all my partners. Right. Anyway, what is substitute? Write out the definition, ladies and gentlemen. Now we go to the demand shift. Right. Your books, your manual use demand change. I don't like. Right. So if you see change in demand in page 42, right? Change in demand in page 42. If you see the word change in demand in page 42, change it to shift in demand. Shift in demand. Shift, then you know it's two curve. Change, you don't know, because change in quantity demand and change in demand is very, very close, right? For demand shifts, first one is price of substitutes. But before that, what is substitutes? Write down the definition of substitutes, ladies and gentlemen. I want to see everyone writing, right? Don't say you will write in your mind. I don't trust your mind, right? Price of substitutes, definition is goods or services that can, G for S is my own notation on good or services. Good or services that can satisfy the same wants or needs. This is the definition of substitutes, right? If you refer to my chapter 1 answer, I will discuss on the second hour. Take note, second hour, I will discuss chapter 1 answers. Right, I need to check all your work first, see whether you're complete or not. Right? Good or services that can satisfy the same one or needs. It doesn't need to be the different brands. It can be different things, but they satisfy the same ones on it. Does that make sense? Right? Okay. Contact lenses and glasses. Same need. Same ones. Right? But they are different things. Not different. They are not different brands. They're different things. Right? In my slides, if you look at my slides behind the chapter 1, how many of you actually read the slides above 50, page number 50 above? Do you read my slides? For substitutes, what substitutes? No one.
I haven't opened yet.
In my slide, I use what? Chairs and bench. Chair is one thing, bench is another thing, but they satisfy the same need. What's the need? To sit down. Make sense? Make sense, right? Play one thing and play another thing. That one is also satisfy the same. I don't know it's once on this. Okay? That can mean many things if you ask Zhe Yong. Right, okay. This is the definition. Let's start. Now I give you these two diagrams. You tell me. Xbox and PS. Right? Ayo, no time already. What's so slow one? Had to handle too many latecomers. Xbox and PS, ladies and gentlemen. See properly. PS5 already or 4?
5.
No, it's 5 or 4.
5.
5 already. Xbox what? 1 2 Xbox now is 1 or 2? No one knows, man. You never play Xbox, huh? Got 2 already. Got me? 360 is out already, man. That one is 1. Now it's 1 already, right? Xbox 1. Huh? You don't know one. Wow, you never play one. Okay. Both of them will have demand curve, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes or no? Right. Listen to my question. I will ask you one by one. If the price of Xbox One increases, what will happen to Xbox One demand curve?
Shift to the right.
Wait. Let me call someone.
Oh,
Kevin not here. Lawrence, you answer. Huh? I want the whole sentence, whole word. If the price, let me write down the question for you, in case you're confused. Ladies and gentlemen, this one is the most confusing part for most of the students. If the price of Xbox One increases, what will happen to Xbox One? Lawrence, not you. Lawrence. Again, I cannot hear properly. Can you all hear that side? Can you hear or not? Slap. This.
Why is it?
No, he almost want to steal already. Right. Slap. Wow. Okay. Don't need to give face on. You don't know him, right? Do you know him? Oh no, really don't need to give face. Okay. Huh? He used what, ladies and gentlemen? He uses demand or quantity method. Just now he used what? You all didn't hear me? You all say you all hear? The first way he used what? Demand or quantity method. Then wrong idea. What is my question? If the price of Xbox One increases, what will happen to Xbox One? If the price of the good itself increases, what will happen to here? So should I use demand or quantity method to write this sentence? Again?
Quantity demand.
I cannot hear.
Quantity demand. Yeah.
Quantity, not quantity, quantity demanded. It cannot just be quantity. Take note. Right? So let me write one time for you. When the price of Xbox One increases, the quantity demanded of Xbox One will increase or decrease? Rise or fall? Fall. How do I represent this in my Xbox One diagram? See properly. I need to show price of Xbox One increases using the dotted line. P0 to P1. At the same time, the quantity demanded QD0 will decrease to QD1. So there's no two curves. So it's quantity demanded. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, now my next question. What will happen to demand of PS5 if the price of Xbox One increases? Qian Hui. Yeah, I know. Demand for PS5 will? Yeah. So she used demand or quantity method. Demand is correct this time. Why? Because now it's price of the good already. Demand shift based on price of Xbox One. Demand of PS5 shift. Makes sense, right? So if the price of Xbox One increase, quantity demand of Xbox One decrease, the demand of PS5 will increase. Why increase? Let's see. During, what's the next festival? There's no festival. During next festival, no festival recently. All over already.
Yeah.
Huh? Gaia. Don't need. They don't know what's Gaia on. Alright. During Christmas, your parents want to buy one present for you. But then they found Xbox One price increase. Will they buy Xbox One or they will buy more PS5? PS5. So when this one is more expensive, they will choose their substitute. So the demand for PS5 will increase. Make sense? Make sense? How to show? You have to show demand for PS5 shift out. Like that. All right. Okay, now so far. Which means what? Which means when the price of substitute increases, the demand of the substitute will increase. So these two has the same direction. Same direction in econs means positive or negative relationship. Positive. Same direction means positive. Opposite direction means negative. So they have positive relationship. Any question on the substitutes? This time I really need to FaceTime. Last time I only call, right? Hey, voice message only, right? Last time. Voice message on the phone. This time I need to call already. Any question on this, ladies and gentlemen? No? Okay, now your time. Draw these two on page 43. Before you draw, read your question. Don't use my product. Use the question product. Alright? And I want to choose price decrease. Circle price decrease on the manual. Circle price decrease. Circle decrease. Then you do based on this, but this one is opposite. Okay, train your critical thinking. That's why I try anyway. Yeah.
If I do both properly.
Let me check your page 12 onwards.
I don't know, I do both only. Only things. Yeah, I believe it. Oh, yeah. Shit. Yo,
Yeah.
price of butter DP.
Right. Oh, group discussion. Later I do group discussion also. Check group discussion and all your answers. Second hour. Arrow. Must draw left and right together. Left and right. Why you not drawing? Draw. Yes. Sorry. Draw. Oh, in the wrong whiteboard. Oh, they got says it's on the wrong whiteboard.
Are you serious?
Let me check. Am I in the wrong whiteboard? Oh yeah, it's in group 1. No wonder it's not showing. I have to do some amendment. I write how many already? Wow, lucky not very long.
So you can copy and paste.
Yeah, I know, but still requires some work, right? Not showing. How come? Let me cut this off. Okay, looks good. Group 2. Group 2. Okay, it will be showing very soon. Thank you for telling me. Anything missing? Oh no, this one too over. Yeah. Should be lah. Yeah, should be okay. Okay, please continue. Let me check. Yeah. Two arrows. Two arrows. This one, the cherry. Given this. Huh? How do you know how to finish? Today, what again? I'm supposed to give. What's the name again? Darren. Oh, thank you, Darren. Today I'm not going to discuss your answer yet for chapter 1. Okay.
It's like that. Yeah. That's it. The one, this one. What? Huh? I saw that.
You next time, all those done already on. Rock either erase everything and do again, or take out and do again. Right? Yeah, the one with the manual one, with the old manual.
What's that?
Okay?
What?
Make sense? The one with the old manual one.
Huh?
Either rub everything in the manual and do again,
Hey,
or take out a piece of paper and do again.
I did answer. See? I did.
Because the edge is the same side, very hard to see. Sorry, but then you need blender, you need blender. Yeah, the blender. I need to hold it with. Let me check what.
Okay,
Let's continue before we have continue with compliments. Are you done? Are you done?
yes, sir.
Which one you should draw? Decrease, right?
Decrease, yes.
Decrease how you need to draw.
The price of the
Don't tell me the ballet.
No, I did not. Can check.
If you draw decrease, this one have to be inverse.
Yes.
Okay. P0 on top, P1 below. This one inverse. P0 on the left, P1 on the right. Hence arrow inverse. Right? What happened to the demand curve? Flip left. You use Xbox One or PS5, or you use the one in your manual?
The one in the middle.
Butter margarine. You have to follow the question. This one is just my example. Right? Don't straight away copy from my OneNote. Right? You should use butter and margarine. You should rub everything and redo. Who asked you to put butter on the right side? Right? I want butter on the left hand side. Butter on the left hand side. Shift on the right hand side. Alright? Normally we put the movement along on the left hand side. Because it's always the movement along first. Then only it will lead to the shift. Right? Make sense? What the same thing? You Google and see. Same thing. Do I need to Google for you? Right? Substitutes. Substitutes in econs is very boring. They always use Coke and Pepsi. Right? It's like it's been here for 100 years already. So I don't like to use Coke and Pepsi. If you like to use Coke and Pepsi, up to you. Right? So you see, always left hand side, movement along. Can you see or not? Mr. Dylan Wong. Can you see all the diagrams? Left hand side movement along, right hand side shift. Can you see that? Right? Is there any right hand side movement along? No, Oh, you go away. This one must be done by some don't know Dylan Wong block. Nonsense.
Skill block.
Huh? Skills is what? In playing what? Vanguard. We skill block. Right? Okay. Make sense, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, these are all the same thing, same stuff I'm talking about right now. So just think of your own substitutes, right? For Zheyong, maybe girlfriend 1, girlfriend 2 is the substitutes, right? Okay.
Complementary.
Huh?
Complementary.
Complement now. Second one. Ladies and gentlemen, now we move to the second one before we have break. Second one is also still under price of related goods, but it's price of complements. Right? So what's complement? Any idea what's complements, ladies and gentlemen? Complements is also known as complementary goods, but I like to use complements because one word only. Substitute is also known as substitutable goods, but you like to use one word, so I use substitutes. Right? So what are complements?
Good.
Anyone can answer, or I need to assign someone? What do you think? Vikash not here. Aaron,
What?
your turn, finally.
Complement.
Yeah. What is, or what are complements?
Complement is good that is used in conjunction with another good.
Yep. Right. Complements. Write out the definition. For complements are what? Goods or services that must be consumed together. Right? Which otherwise serve no purpose. Make sense? If they are not used together, they are serving no purpose. Right? The traditional example for complements are chopsticks, left hand side chopstick and right hand side chopstick, left shoes and right shoes. Right? They must be used together. Unless you like to do hybrid shoes. One slipper, one shoe. I don't know what trend. I don't know what. Okay? Make sense? Make sense? These are complements. Complements must be used together. Right? Complements must be used together. Otherwise, they are useless. Right? For example, you're wearing a cap right now. Right? If you don't have a head, do you need a cap? Don't need, right? Exactly. Right? Make sense? You're wearing hairpin right now, right? If you don't have hair, do you need hairpin? They must be used together. Hair and hairpin must be used together. Head and cap must be used together. Right? Your eyes and contact lenses must be used together. No eyes, you don't need to use contact lens. Right? Make sense? Make sense, Make sense, Right? Tooth and toothbrush. Right? Must be used together. Normally they use tooth and toothpaste,
Yeah.
but boring for me. I like to use, I like to watch, when I was young, I would like to watch all these Happy Tree Friends. So I like to look at all these eyeballs coming out, then the tongue got cut, then the burn all the intestine come out, right? So yeah. So you know Happy Tree Friends, Happy Tree Friends, all the most cruel cartoon in the world. Right. Anyway, let's continue. So now I give you the same two things. You tell me what's their movement. Is either movement along or shift, right? So the complement for mine is PSP. I don't know, your generation still know what's PSP or not? PSP must be played together with the game. CD, where your CD inside? Wait, seriously. PSP must be played together with the game, right? So I will use PSP and game as complement. If I have PSP, I don't have game. Is it useful? You have a game, I don't have PSP, is it useful? That's the meaning of complement. Makes sense. Use together. Consume together. Okay, now let me just give you these two diagram. PSP, still blue color. Very good. Why same two blue or no? It's blue. PSP. I have this demand curve, ladies and gentlemen, PSP, and I have the games. Games can be any color. Right? Games of PSP. Ask you one question. Aaron done. Dylan. Dylan is here. Why am I absent? You're late, is it? Dylan is late. How late are you? Y'all cannot be late anymore. You're not SEM 1. Not SEM 1 cannot be late one. Minus mark on. Impression mark and barring score will be higher. Easier to bar. Okay, your turn, Dylan. If the price of PSP goes down, what will happen to PSP? Ladies and gentlemen, do you hear what he said? He uses demand or quantity demanded. He uses demand. Demand is correct or wrong? What is my question? If the price of PSP went down, what will happen to PSP? Quantity demanded of PSP will increase. He uses demand. This is why I minus mark. Makes sense. Because it's price of the good itself. Price of the good itself must use quantity demanded. Okay? So how do I draw? In the dotted line, price went down, P0 to P1, right? Quantity demanded went up. What will happen to the games of PSP? Seyong. Demand this time is correct, but he used different direction, wrong direction. When the price of PSP goes down, do I need to buy more game to play? I need to buy more game, right? Yeah lah. If I only buy the PSP, I don't buy the game, what's the point?
Yeah, correct.
So your demand must shift right, not shift just now, because just now he say what? Decrease, right? You say decrease or increase? Decrease. I cannot hear. What do you say?
Increase.
You say increase. Oh, increase, correct. Right? I heard decrease. So demand of, I put here, demand of games will increase. Make sense, ladies and gentlemen? Because now, for example, your mother, okay, now see, oh, there's a discount for PSP. Discount, oh, yeah, buy PSP. Then, no game more. Then have to buy game more. Then the demand for game will also increase. Make sense? Make sense? This one is showing what? The price of complements and the demand, they are opposite direction. Opposite direction means what relationship? Negative relationship. So they are always negative relationship. Right? Now please draw based on your manual before or during your break time. I give you a break at the same time. If those who don't want to go can draw. Draw in your manual. What page? Page 40, same page. Page 44, Page 44. I want you to draw price increase. Circle price increase. Page 44, circle price increase. Draw based on the manual. The manual give you what? Ink and pen. Where you see CD and CD player?
Yeah.
Ink and pen. Use pen on the left hand side, ink on the right hand side. Because someone will draw only. Oh, correct this time. Wow, so lucky. Okay, at the same time, give you a break. Right. Compliments. Can play some love song already with compliments. Have a break, but no kick.